Hi guys, and welcome to Conquest Creations. Today we have Sean with us, and he's going to take us through his army of Dale. So Sean, tell me, what is Dale?
Well, Jacob, Dale is the little trading town just outside of Erebor, which you'll see in the Hobbit movies, I think in the first one.
Yeah, awesome. So what did they do in the movies?
In the movies, they got absolutely slaughtered by Smaug before he went and invaded and took over Erebor.
All right, that's pretty cool. And why would you choose to play Dale?
I personally chose to play Dale as kind of a joke in a way, challenge myself as well. I was originally taking a Thranduil's Hall list to a tournament, and then last minute decided to change to something that you don't see too often, and Dale was that pick, and that's where I fell in love with this army.
Yeah, because I think I've only ever seen you play Dale and maybe one other person here and there, but it doesn't have the best reputation as a big competitive army list.
No, not at all. I tend to see Dale being run with a lot of dwarves, maybe a small contingent of Dale, a warband worth, but I decided to step out of that box and go for as much Dale as I could, and just to supplement that, to get a bit more hitting power in there, I brought in a few dwarves in Young Thorin and Young Dwalin.
And they're from the army of Thrall, so they're a Green Alliance, right?
Green Alliance, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So Sean, what kind of style would I expect if I wanted to play a Dale army? So
being a pseudo horde list, you're going to have a fair amount of numbers. You're not going to have as many numbers as Moria or Goblin Town, but you, in most cases, will have more than, say, Rohan or Minas Tirith and so on. In this army, I've got 3 warbands, 2 of them with rank and file spear and shield, and then 1 dedicated to just my bowmen. So I tend to use those 2 rank and file spear and shield warbands as a draw. So similar, somewhat of a kiting action, bringing in my opponent, whilst my massive firing lines just do as much shooting as I can. And being strength 3 bows and 3+ shooting, they can be very devastating, as you
I've
know
experienced
quite
it
well.
a few times. So a Dale warrior is equally as good at shooting as an elf.
Yes.
But because you're a pseudo horde army, you just have way more bows than elves, right?
So many, yeah. And in most cases, the elf armies that I've gone up against, I tend to be out shooting them.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you out shooting every army you come up against?
Definitely not every army. Going up against a mounted Rohan, definitely not out shooting them. And any major horde army, I tend to not outshoot them, but I do usually have enough bows to bring their numbers down. So I can bring myself to that point where I am starting to outshoot them again.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. So let's go through some of the specific characters that you have here in Dale. Let's start with the man himself, Girion. What's Girion's deal?
Girion, he is famed for shooting, in the movies anyway, shooting and loosening the scale of Smaug so that Bard can kill him later on.
And Bard is his grandson?
Descendant of some form.
All right, we'll take that.
Grandson, maybe one more down the line, but a descendant, most definitely.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he does in the books, but that's beside the point. But yeah, so he can run with the great bow or the wind, or he can take the wind lance as well if he really wants. The great bow gives him a strength 4 shot, and he also has a special rule of rapid fire where he can shoot potentially up to three times a turn.
3 times a turn, that's pretty lethal. So would you say that he is one of the best archer heroes in the game?
I'd definitely put him up there. I think he's just under, say, Bard. Bard has a lot of other special rules and synergies that you can add into lists, but he's definitely, I would say, a top tier archer hero. Yeah,
absolutely. And so the next hero that you have is just the Dale Captain. Is Dale Captain anything special?
Their Fight 5 is what is special. Fight 5, Strength 4. So you can throw them into most other captains in equal fight. Even your medium to low tier heroes such as Ugluk and Maho, you can run into them and be fairly confident that you can take them out. there's nothing special. Defense 6 if you give them shield, but it's that fight 5 and that strength 4 that's really key.
How many points are they coming in for?
55 points with a shield.
That's pretty good for a fight 5 captain.
Yeah, so absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
All right, the next key unit is your Bannerbearers. You've got 2 banners in this list. Why did you settle on 2?
I tend to always take 2 banners when I can, especially in these higher points values. So this is a 750 point list that you see right here. And so I'd like to take 2 banners, especially with being fight 4. If you can win those roll-offs, you're higher than most other armies. So it gives you just that one extra chance to win that dual roll.
Yeah. What about your regular troops? What are their stats like? Are they any good?
Yeah, so their stats are fight 4 with 4+ shooting, but given the army bonus, they go up to 3+ shooting, and that's where the archers are key in this list. Their regular men's strength 3, defense 4, give them shield, defense 5. So they're nothing too special. But once again, similar to the captains, who that fight 5 just brings them up a notch. It's that fight 4 that really gives them that punching power.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've opted to go for mainly either bows or spears and shields. Why do you have so many spears and shields?
I just like the ability to spear support anywhere and everywhere and not have to worry about it. I also have the ability of just using my bowmen as that front line if need be, and just chucking my spears behind to get that spear support in. My bows I try to keep out of combat, but if need be, I will throw them in there and just
absolutely.
The rest of the army can spear support.
And so that's all the Dale units you have, and you've got a few friends. Tell me about young Dwalin first.
Yeah, so young Dwalin, as we say, is an absolute grinder. You throw him in there, and in most cases, he will blitz your opponent.
Yeah.
I use both of my dwarves in there as troop munchers more than anything else, or to slow down big beefy heroes.
And what's young Dwalin's special ability?
Yeah, so he has a special ability where he can drop his fight value by D3, and he then gets to re-roll all failed wounds for that turn.
Incredible. So if he's being spear supported, he takes the spear support's fight value even if he's dropped his, so he's still able to put out a lot of damage.
And then you can run him right next to Thorin, who we'll get to in a minute, and their synergies line up really well for one specific turn. And once again, you can take out almost any hero with the 2 of them.
Yeah, because I've got young Dwalin in my army of Thrall list, and he's always everyone's first target because he's got 3 attacks, strength 5.
Yep.
But then you can piercing strike.
Exactly.
So he gets strength 6. And then Thorin has an ability that we'll talk about in a little bit, but that can give him strength 7, re-rolling all failed wounds. So he puts out an insane amount of damage. And he's only 85 points, so I think he's
super cheap.
Yeah, if he dies, you're not too bad, it's fine, it's 85 points. But when he does his work, he's incredible.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me about young Thorin.
Yeah, young Thorin's another one similar to Dwalin, who I'll happily throw into most heroes and just into chuff units, and he will, in most cases, just go through them.
Yeah, awesome.
He's got his special ability, I can't remember what it's actually called. 2 arms, there we go, where he gives all dwarves +1 to their strength. So that works really well with young Dwalin.
Yeah, all dwarves within 3 inches.
Or with other dwarves, which sadly I don't have any, but when I go up points values, I tend to bring a few extra Grim Hammers in, so that works quite nicely with them as well.
And he has the Oaken Shield.
He does.
I've heard that's pretty good. I personally don't take it because it's not thematic with my army. So what does the Oaken Shield do?
So it is obviously an extra defense shield, but then it gives you the ability to cause 1... if you're shielding and you win that fight, you do get to cause 1 wound at his strength value.
Yeah, awesome. So you've got a pretty unique colour scheme here. Tell me how you decided on purple and yellow.
How did we decide? So me and Jake were heading up to a tournament up in Queensland to participate in the doubles event, where I was taking Dale and Jake was taking Thrall and a bunch of Grim Hammers, and we just were building the armies from scratch. So we wanted to, make it look cohesive. You can actually see how he painted it in one of his dwarven painting videos.
And I'll have some videos of my dwarves up here at the moment as well, so people can see these armies together.
So that's how we did it. I went with majority yellow with purple secondary, and Jacob went with majority purple and yellow secondary colours.
Yeah.
So that's how we came up with this.
Yeah, that army has been insulted many, many times
I
in
bet.
YouTube comments.
I bet. But these are the friends of them, so you can insult them as well, please.
All right. Was there anything else you wanted to say about Dale?
They're the most competitive army in the game. Justice for Dale.
All right, there we go. We've heard it here. And that's all. Thanks for watching. We have a bunch of other army showcase videos coming up, so make sure you check them out as well.